And we are live. And welcome to another episode of the New Jack Office. We are back, y'all. How you feels been?
Been good, man. Been good. Can't complain. Can't complain. Can't complain.
What's happening? What's happening? What's happening?
Man, it's been a long, seemed like a long summer, but summer just getting started. But we've been a little hiatus, but we back now, man. Getting back on this hunting news. You know what I'm saying? We need some new jack archers for these new jack deer out here in these woods. Man, feel good to be back, man. Like I said, man, how you boys been?
Back like cooked crack.
Not cooked crack.
Oh man,
we good, man. Just happy to be back, man. It's been a long time coming. I know we was trying to do this thing like every Monday, but life happens, man. But we back.
Oh, for sure. We got the cookie shop. South Dakota said, "Let's talk about drones." Man, you always damn drones, man. Actually, just saw a thing on Field and Streams where it said that Wyoming is looking to ban drones and what was it? Was it the heat cameras and all that shit?
Yeah, the
thermal cameras are all out of there.
Get your man Drone Deer Recovery Service up out of here. Like I said so many episodes ago.
Well, he don't operate in Wisconsin. I mean, Wisconsin.
It'll spread around.
Nah, man,
It'll spread around.
It ain't gonna happen in the South. We got something to say. Ain't that what Andre 3K said?
Andre 3 Stacks, man. But bro, so we in now in June, so we're halfway through the year already. Tags is going out. People getting up. People happy. People sad. Of course, we don't draw. But man, we are super close to the season with less than 3 months.
Yeah, just about September be here before you know it to get it all started.
That's it, man. So what have you guys been doing? You know what I'm saying? Prepping for the upcoming season.
Go ahead, see.
Trail cams. That's about it. I ain't gonna lie. Just trail cameras, seeing what's out there, checking inventory, see what's out there. We can't start feeding here till August 1st. We got, I think, a case of CWD in the county next over to us. So I think the state of Kentucky was just like, man, we ain't gonna let y'all feed until I think it's August 1st, and we can officially start feeding again. So just waiting on that, get my feeders out then, and keep taking inventory and see when it's out there. And hopefully this year I can get my little man a deer.
Now, is that on public land or just just on all land, public and private, or just you can't feed on public land?
You can't feed on public land that I know of here in Kentucky, but private land, I don't know how they're gonna regulate that, but I try to follow all the guidelines and all the rules. So whatever's out there, they said you can't feed till August 1st. I ain't gonna feed till August 1st. So I just got trail cams out there right now. Pretty much the same two farms that I've been hunting, man. They come early season, they're pretty easy to pattern. They come pretty much the same routes year after year. So they're pretty easy to pattern to see what's coming through there. And then once you know when the rut hits, man, you never know where they're gonna come from. So
I ain't did nothing other than working out. I have not been. I went out and scouted this weekend, but that was the first time I've done anything like in the outdoors for a minute outside of like a 3D shoot. But went out, actually ran into a park ranger, man. And he basically gave me the holy grail after talking to him about an hour. Just started marking off, hunting roads, and this spot over here is where we they got like some food plots that the Corps of Engineers put in on public land. He's like, people hadn't hunted it much after we did it. So he goes, this would be a good spot. We had a couple people take some nice deer out of there, and it was, that's all I pretty much been doing, man. And then once I drew that tag last week, I'm like, okay, now I really got to start upping my fitness game to get in shape. But outside of that, I haven't really done much of scouting. Hadn't hung any game cams up, which just is a new for me, because normally I got game cams up in end of March. So definitely a little behind on the 8 ball, but I'll bounce back.
Yeah, you better get on that. You better get on that fitness,
bro. You already know. Dude, the garage is decked out, bro. Like full on gym, step up boxes, sandbags, all that. So
yeah, because I ain't trying to have you die on that mountain out there.
If I'm gonna go, it's the way I want to go. have Jay carry me back.
Shit, no, Jay who? Must be, it can't be me.
I'm gonna tell you now.
Must be another Jay coming with us that I don't know about.
Hey, Jay, just quarter me up and take me out, man.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you now. You die first. I'm gonna sing at the funeral. I'm gonna just bust up in that motherfucker and go the upper room.
Yo, I have a story to tell. That's about it. I'll send the search and rescue to come get you though.
Yeah, that $1.25 that they charge you for search and rescue in Colorado.
Yeah, gonna come in handy this time.
Yeah, I'll meet you in Texarkana. I'll be there, man, with my suit on.
Hey, that would be a really really sad episode of New Jack Archer. Jay happened to tell a story how he quartered me out.
Yo, you was a sick guy. Quartering up your homie and taking him off the mountain is crazy talk. Like, what?
Hey, I promise you end up probably get on Joe Rogan.
Or jail. One of the two.
Yeah, one of the two.
One of the two. Maybe both.
I leave a note. I told him to quarter me out.
Yeah, I haven't played this episode back. Like, it's crazy, son.
Oh man.
But man, as far as prepping, man, I'm just shooting the bow, same old thing. Looking at a couple different ones. Been thinking about getting a recurve here. I was talking to my buddy Tim about that. I was supposed to run up to the shop the other day and look at one. Then I messed around and found this daggone lift. But it's over in Tyler though. I'm like, I don't know if I want to make that drive. But
how far Tyler from you?
It's a little minute. Like maybe, I don't know, maybe an hour and some change probably.
Oh man,
it ain't like terrible. It ain't like if I was still down south. Like it'll be different. Like
I'm actually gonna be in Tyler here in this couple of weeks.
I think you told me that. But as far as like scouting goes, yeah, it's about from where I'm sitting right now. It's almost 2 hours, but I'll definitely make it shorter than that. I roll. I'll make it a little bit shorter than that. It'll be about an hour and a half. Showing 151 on the map.
You get your
but like you can't really scout no public here in Texas because like if you're lucky enough to draw, you won't know where you hunting at until the morning of anyway. So it's kind of pointless when it comes to the public stuff. And I ain't got enough land out here, enough room to do nothing on private. So just have to find a couple different spots and then try and make my way back east and hunt in Virginia this year. Well, but again, that's like a C-Will spot. Like I know what I'm getting myself into there. Like it's been the same old thing for the last however long I've been alive, so I pretty much know what I'm getting there.
Right.
And I ain't been in there in 2 years, so it should be even better.
She can slide this way. I said, I got the Holy Grail. He didn't give me the juice.
You ain't nothing but right down the road now. So it takes Texarkana in about 2 hours too.
Right. Hey, as they said, I got the juice now. Hey, I'm gonna hold on to that bad boy for dear life. Should probably even say that now. I'm gonna have people coming after me.
Yeah, but you don't know where it's at.
So they don't know where it's at. So
they don't know nothing. So you all good.
Oh, for sure. But man, Jay, you talking about looking at a couple new bows. There's a new kid on the block, man. Truth Archery, man. Have you got a chance to look them up and see what they about?
The new old kid on the block, right?
New old kid, yeah. The guy that started the company, Kevin Struthers. He's been around a long time, so he ain't no stranger to the archery game.
Yeah, I mean, I know we talked about it like the other day, so I gave it like a little look through or whatever. But you know me, man, I'm pretty much good where I'm at. So unless somebody want me to shoot one, like for the free, you won't catch me paying that. Not for that one. I'm pretty happy with where I'm at. So,
See,
but I mean, like they have some interesting like axle to axle dimensions. They got some quite different offerings, which would be nice. If you're doing like some Western stuff, and one of their bows is even tall enough to almost be a target bow. If I remember right, it's like 37 or something like that. Like what's the largest ATA they had that I recall.
I think is it 35 or 37 is one of
It was
them.
like 31, 33, 35, and I want to say 37 was the last one.
Man,
Yeah, 37 was the last one, I do believe.
Oh man, 37, and that's not even. Is that the longest ATA, or is there any other bows that are longer than that?
In the hunting category, I'm not sure, but off the top of my head, when I first looked at it, it was I believe that was one of the tallest ones or the longest
Yeah,
ones.
you got some in the ATA world, like in your Matthews. You got the TRX 40. You know, it's 40 ATA, but it's a target bow. So
That's seeing that's too much. That 40 axle, that's too much.
That's a
Well,
seal.
well, if you're shooting ASA, man, I mean, with those long 30-inch bars or whatever you're using, just depending on what you're using, you know, that longer axle to axle actually comes in handy, but it
Okay,
makes your
so
bow a whole lot heavier.
just to correct it, 35 is the tallest they got right now. They got a 31 and a 33 in magnesium, a 35 in magnesium, and then they got a 33 that's an aluminum bow.
Yeah.
Hey man, them magnesium bows. Hey, let me tell you something. The X Light, man, that Joker is smooth, man. It's smooth, it's light, but like I said, if I'm gonna go with magnesium bow, I'm probably gonna go the Truth just because of the price point. I can't pay that price point that the Expedition got. I can't do it.
And what's Expeditions again?
The X Light, it's 19 raw.
Yeah, and $16.99 raw for the Truth and 33.
19, you get up there with Hoyt now, man.
Yep. But hey, talking to the lady, the sales lady, she was like, "Hey, they flying like hotcakes," which that could just be her sales pitch. But she said they can't keep them in stock. So somebody
Now,
buy
on the
them.
other hand, the Truth aluminum bows are only $11.99.
Hey,
And,
Chris said, my fam, so glad to see y'all turned up.
and
My
man,
dog.
Oh, Critter Good. Matter of fact, I need one of them.
that Bottomland had hard food.
Exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, you need to send us.
Ethan, you know what you
We'll
need
pay
to do,
for
my
it.
boy.
Hey,
That Bottomland had hard
Oh,
food.
Critter Getter, man, that's my boy. But yeah, man. Hey, so me and Courtney kind of talked about this before. We was hitting on the topic of truth. Like, what do they need to do to get a piece of the pie in this archery game? Because like right now, like it's we say that it's a big pie for everybody to get a piece of, but in our reality, it's really not. Somebody got to lose. So for a new company coming in, what do they got to do to ensure that they get their to get their piece to get them to keep them in the game?
I'm always say it, and he just hit it nail on the head. You got to market. As big as this industry is, and if you're coming in, because we always say it's hard to get in this game if you're doing arrows, if you're doing bows, or you're doing releases. So if you're coming in with a new bow that you think is going to be, the next one, you've got to market it. You can't just let it sit because Matthews is going. Well, you said Bears got. They're playing the long way sale, so they're going to be the. What'd you say? That was the top dog, right? Selling wise.
When it comes to sales, Bears number one, but that's just because they have a role in every segment of the market.
Right.
Yeah.
You got to do your marketing. You got to.
When it comes to the flagship bows, we know who in the number one spot, and that's because they spend more money marketing than anybody else. Like,
right. You got to market. That's what it comes down to. You got to market the bow. Period.
Well, I guess first would be you got to make a bow that's worth a damn. Like, cause you can have the best bow in the world, like, and then you got to put the money into the marketing.
Yeah, you got to put the money into it.
It ain't but so much polishing you can do. If it's a turd, it's a turd, and the word gonna get out. The marketing won't save you. So I guess I should backtrack and say step one is make the bow actually worth a damn, and then you got to market the hell out of it because that's the only way you're gonna get some inroad. And understand that it's going to be, you got to be prepared to lose. I think coming in, lose money for years before you start to see a return on that. Like
Right.
it's not like a microwave situation. It's not like an instant game. You know what I mean?
Well, Trey came up with a pretty good idea though, man. We was talking about the other day. Truth Archery, get this, offer this bow to, one of your big influencers on YouTube or whatever, and offer them a free elk hunt with it. Where you go out, get your tags, go elk hunt with this bow. If you harvest something, you take a picture with the bow, with the animal.
Oh yeah,
there's your likes right there.
Yeah, I mean, you in this game, it's marketing, but it's content.
I mean, I feel like Matthews does that with the Proving Grounds every year. Like that ain't nothing new.
Yeah, Matthews does. And you like said, I had a professor in college. He told me, if you come into any industry, you look at what the big dogs are doing, the people you look up to, and you basically do what they do, paint it blue, and call it your own. So if I'm, on the Truth Archery team, I'm saying, hey, we got to get these bows in the hands of some of the top influencers. And you might not be able to get some of the top because, they already signed with, whatever company they signed with. So you got to filter through and find, like, hey, who's some influencers that are not tied to a company that we can put these bows in their hand. Hey, go shoot them. Make content with it. Oh, by the way, we're gonna send you on a elk hunt, a deer hunt, whatever it is, whatever kind of hunt you're gonna send them on, and send them out there and just drive that damn content. Because the more people start to see it, and they're seeing, and we know how the industry is, especially newer people coming into it. If they are seeing people harvest big game with these bows, like trophies, it's going. I would say a segment.
The blueprint's definitely out there. I mean, the blueprint's out there. The playbook is out there. Whatever you want to call it, it's just up to them to actually execute it and spend the money where they need to spend it. Like,
that's it.
Facts.
But I know a lot of young companies, like, they're afraid to spend that money because, like, every dollar is almost accounted for, and it's like we can't go over budget because that could make or break us. And sometimes, like the streets say, scared money make no money. So you just got to be able to really just put it all out there and just do it. But
I just feel like if that ain't a part of your budget, like, you're already doing it wrong to begin with. Like, that should be accounted for. Is what I'm saying.
Well, I mean,
you gotta have that in consideration. Like, you think it's gonna work? Like, it
you can have marketing part of your budget. It's just like how aggressive are you going to get with it? Because a lot of people will have marketing in their budget, but it's not an aggressive marketing strategy, because an aggressive marketing strategy comes with a high risk. It's high risk, big reward.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. You asked what I think, and that's what I think. Like, you gotta be willing to go there with that. If you're not, then like you ain't. I mean, when it's seen people come and go, I ain't saying nothing new. Like,
no, I mean, it's right on. But I know, going through like Archery Talk and stuff like that, I've seen like people that have shot them. They're speaking highly of it. They're saying like, yo, this is a really decent bow. Go give it a try. And then for me, it's like that price point is going to scare a lot of people away, because you could have a great bow, you could have great marketing, but then that price point, like what's the sweet spot? Because you don't want to price yourself too low, because then people will put you in that budget bow category. But you also don't want to be too high, because if you hit that high price point, and now you got a customer to decide, am I going to buy a Matthews or am I going to buy a Truth? They're probably going to go buy the Matthews if I'm going to spend that kind of money.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I'm going to buy it anyway, because, like, for me, I just feel like it's a little too late in the game. You got to you got to give me a reason to switch. Like, I'm firmly in that if it's not broke, don't fix it camp, right? Like, so, like, you got to give me a reason to put the Matthews down in the first place. And until somebody do that, like, I'm not going to change it. And it could be if I was shooting a Hoyt or whatever other brand I was shooting. Like, I'm not going to just switch bows just for the sake of, because somebody's out here making a new one, I'm going to switch to it. Nah, that's not me.
No, but you do have like people that are like gear junkies. So some people just
that's a segment of the community for sure.
They just go out and buy just to buy it. Just, it's something new. I want to see what it shoot like and go and drop that money on it.
I just think in today's economy, that segment is a little bit smaller than it probably used to be.
I
And then
bet
if you coming in new, like you just said, coming in new out the gate, like you're
I,
gonna price your bow at a price point above
I think
Matthews.
there's a
Why
lot
would
of new
I?
artists
Why
coming
would
in
I go
though.
with you over Matthews that's been proven? Like,
yeah, but I think with them, and this is just my opinion, you have somebody who's worked with those companies. Like I was reading Archery Talk. A lot of people saying like Matthews, Hoyt,
yeah,
Expedition. They're all eating off of, you know, Kevin Strother's design. Like his designs are flawless. Like
yeah. Again,
Yeah,
but archery talk is not really the place for your new archer, though. I said, what would somebody new coming in that knows minimal about the sport? You're gonna pick. Why would you pick the higher price bow versus the bow that everybody knows about? If you're remotely adjacent to the outdoor industry, you done heard of Matthews, you done heard of Hoyt, you done heard of these other companies, right? Like, and the bow's priced lower. Like that's an easy decision to make. Like I just feel like if you really want to be competitive, you need to find a way to get that price point down a little bit if you want to compete with the new segment. The people that are on archery talk are old dudes been shooting bows forever and a day. Like they're that's a skewed representation of the whole community.
yep, but I think that's where you gotta like with a new archer putting it in their hands,
yeah,
and for truth, I would say that's where your trade shows come in, getting out to 3D shoots and letting these newer archers shoot your bow, whether that's being at like a 3D shoot and you say, hey, we're gonna set this bow up, we want you to take it out on the course, shoot it, we're gonna get you dialed in and go shoot it. But I don't know too many people who's gonna turn that down. You gonna let me shoot your bow on the court? All right, cool.
cool. Yeah, that'd be dope. Yeah,
I mean, I'll
especially
shoot it for sure, but the thing is, like, I already have one. Like, if I'm at a 3D shoot, I'm not coming out there without a bow.
Oh
So
no.
again, like, yeah, I'll shoot it because it's free. Like, I'll pick up anybody's bow and shoot it, but I know at the end of the day, I'm not buying another one.
I think I'm in that camp. Like I'll buy another. Like I like my V3. I have no issue with it. I've bought 5 bows since then, and it's just because I shot them like, ooh, I like this bow, so I bought it
yeah.
just
But me,
to have any inventory.
though, me and you's different though, Trey. We ain't brand loyal like it. You know, you got some of these archers out there, like Jay says, been shooting forever. They got it locked down already. They're not switching from Hoyt. They're not switching from Matthews. They're not switching from Bowtech. You know, they're not
It's a
buying
really,
no
really
boat.
hard
So
thing to do.
it don't matter what new boat comes out and what they market it at. They're staying with what they know is tried and true.
Oh yeah, you know you got your brand loyal people, but I'm sure there's a part of the market. I would say probably 25% or less that are open to trying new things.
Yeah, and I'm thinking 25% ain't enough. If you're trying to make a profit off of it, like,
I mean,
because
25.
didn't they try this before and they couldn't hang around long enough? Like, this
No,
ain't their first rodeo. And I
no,
believe
he's
that
been.
we saw the same thing play out like the first time they tried this, right?
I mean, he's been with he's been with multiple different companies where he's helped them get back on their feet based on his designs.
Right. But did they not try to come out with bows before? Is the question.
Oh yeah, he came out with Stroller's Archer. He came out with he had his own company
Yeah, he had his own company.
years
And he
ago.
couldn't get enough of the revenue to come out to hang out because the other bows had already had too much of a market share.
Yeah.
So the same old ain't gonna work. We already tried that. It would be insane to do the same thing
I mean,
again.
I don't know what the cause was for him backing out the last time. Like I don't know, maybe who knows? I have no clue. But if I had to guess, it's probably the money wasn't there.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm guessing too. Like I can't confirm that obviously, but hopefully it goes different for them this next time around and they figure out a way to make it stick. But like I think you're gonna make it at a better entry price point for me personally, and you got to go hard at the newer people. I don't think going at the people that's entrenched in what they're doing would be the right way to do it.
No, it's you definitely got to go towards the younger crowd. I would say 30 and below because they're super influenced. Like late at night I comb the TikTok streets and hop in and out of some of the younger guys' lives, and dude, these kids got no brand loyalty at all. They'll switch up in a heartbeat on anything. Like the minute somebody big says this is the next big thing, they're on to it.
Yep.
Like no questions asked. So
That's how the younger generation is, though. You know what I'm saying? They want to try out the best thing, the newest best thing.
Yep. Like I've seen where one young cat, the Big K Outdoors, I think he got a Lift X. Well, he used to shoot a Hoyt, bought a Lift X. His whole following was like, I'm going to the bow shop tomorrow. I'm getting a Lift X just based on his opinion of it.
Right.
He was a Hoyt guy.
And you're always gonna have those people that jump on the bandwagon.
Yeah, and those are the ones that you gotta market to. It's the young cats.
What up, Park Place Outdoors in the chat? We got 7-Eleven. Evan says Hoyt, Matthews, Bowtech. They basically have the bow game on lock when it comes to people that can afford it. It's a little like automobiles. Yeah, just like I'd even take it a step further and say it's more like airplanes. You got Airbus and you got Boeing. Yeah, other people make airplanes, but you don't really see them that much, and you ain't gonna hear about them. Like it's an uphill battle for anybody that's trying to get into that top dog fight. Like, and that's just the truth of the matter. Like I said, good luck to them, but I can't really see it.
Urban Archery NYC. Exactly why Nike needs to put out a bow. Call it Nike Air Send It. I like it. Hey, if Nike puts out a bow tomorrow, I'm going to get it. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't even gonna hold you.
Y'all boys got pipe dreams out here.
I'd be on it all day long.
I almost wish they would do it just so we could see this spectacularly fail and we don't have to have this conversation no more.
I don't think it'll fail, man. I really don't.
It would spectacularly fail.
They have
the demographic that use bows is not out here wearing Jordans. They don't care about Nike like y'all do, bro. Like it ain't gonna hit like you think it's gonna.
It's not about that. It's about all.
Your poll told the story. It was like 12% to like what the opposite of that was.
Yeah, that was
nobody wants that.
Well,
nobody.
That's just because
it's nobody.
It is a pipe dream. But if they came in and literally went and gave like, hey Levi, what is Matthews paying you? Oh, Matthews paying me $1 million a year.
Well, I've never bought a bow because of what Levi Morgan does. You can say that, and that's going to be a small percentage of people. It's never going to be the majority. It's a pipe dream.
I'm not saying you, but you know,
a New Jack City type pipe dream.
You literally can
not even a good one.
You can literally look at the industry, and people. There are a large segment of people who shoot bows because of the influencers they like. Prime example: the Hunting Public signed with Bear. Bear sold a shit ton of the adapts. But if you said it before Hunting Public shot with them, you would say Bear would never have that much of the market share. They would have never sold that many bows.
They're selling numbers, but how many they ain't selling flagship bows like that?
It's not about flagship bows. I'm literally just talking about just sales. They put out a bow with the Hunting Public, and that joker did numbers. Both shops couldn't keep it in. Both the Adapt 1 and 2.
Yeah, they flew off.
And what's the price point of that bow?
$600.
Okay, $600. So we're talking about apples to oranges.
Ready to hunt.
They sell a lot of shoes at Payless too. Like it's not the same thing.
No, like, it is the same thing.
It's not.
If my strategy is to get market share.
If Matthews put a bow out at $600, what you think would happen? Or Hoyt or whoever, you name it. It'll be the same thing. They just don't do it because they make money off the flash.
Hold on.
Matthews has mission, and they don't sell like that.
Look at Dark
because it says mission. Your average person don't know it's a Matthews bow. Like you giving people too much credit.
It says mission by Matthews is what it says.
It ain't Matthews. By Matthews ain't Matthews.
It's Matthews. It's from the same factory.
It's it's like Diamond.
They don't get the marketing like
that. It's the same thing.
They don't get the marketing like that, and your average archer ain't gonna know that. Like everybody ain't in the trenches as deep as you are.
No, but I can pick up a bow and look, and it says mission by Matthews on the bow.
Yeah, you can read that, but that's not the same. It's kind of like when you go like to such and such by Hilton. It's not the same hotel as when you walk into the actual Hilton. No. It's a difference in quality, bro. Let's not pretend like it's not.
No, I'm not talking about quality. I'm just talking about this name period. It's made by that company.
And I'm telling you, the name don't ring off like that. Like that's a prime example. Like all you got to do is take the by Matthews off and put Matthews on it, and the numbers is completely different. Look at how actual Matthews sell. Why would I get this by Matthews when I'm willing to spend the money for actual Matthews?
It's going to a
part. Nike ain't gonna come in the streets and do nothing in the archery game.
You're picking a segment of the market. But going back to what I was saying, if they literally came in and got Levi, what you call it, Chris B, what's his name? Oh boy, keep hammering, Cam Haynes, Joe Rogan.
Hey,
They get all the big wigs. They're going to get market share because they're going to have each one of those people brings a large amount of people to the market. You literally have people switch from PSC to Hoyt just because Dudley dipped.
hey, look at Dark Willie Nelson's comment. He said, Nike drops a Bo and Bo Jackson is the face, and Bo knows Bo's is going to do it. Bro, I'm sold already.
The marketing campaign is there. Like, yes, there is a segment of the market that they not gonna switch.
Man, this is my first show back. I ain't gonna get canceled. I ain't gonna say what I really want to say on here.
Think about it.
I ain't gonna say it.
Bo Jackson and Nike.
Y'all
come on, bro.
I'm just saying the young crowd, and then if they went and got heavy influencers, just say. Let's say there's an influencer who got 300 million followers and they get a quarter of the people to switch. Those are sales.
Bo Jackson.
Nobody said they wouldn't sell. Like
Bo Jackson. I'm sold because he's a real archer.
I mean, you go have your Nike Bo. Go ahead and set us back another 25 years while you're at it.
I don't think it's that because
have you some chicken and watermelon in the commercial too with a purple drink. These ain't Jordans, bro.
I didn't say about Jordans. I didn't say nothing about Jordan. I said nothing about Jordan. I'm talking about this the brand and the marketing. You just talked about how Matthews is good at marketing. I promise you, Matthews cannot outmarket Nike. That's for damn sure.
Hell, Tyler, don't talk about no wow. You know, you was thinking it. You know, I'm always the one. I'm gonna say what people really be thinking. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Like I ain't never been the one to hold my tongue.
But yeah, but like I think that they'll, if they can just get the right bows in people's hands, and people shoot them, I think they'll make a splash. Like I say, it's just getting in for a company like them, just getting to a 5% market share in the first year, that's a win. But you know,
like I said, it's just an uphill battle. Like good luck to them. But
because you start from ground zero, you literally start from ground zero. But you
gotta have a trick up your sleeve or something if you even want to take on something that audacious. Like you got a long battle when you first starting off, when you first get into it. So,
oh yeah, that's
hopefully they figure it out. They don't make me. It ain't no impact on me regardless. So.
But with that being said, they'll have a great opportunity at the 2026 ATA show because now it's open to the public. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I ain't saying that they ain't listening to us, but I'm saying somebody will listen because they pretty much doing word for word what C. Will said they should be doing. And so, do y'all think this will save the ATAs? Or was it too late?
I don't think it's too late.
It remains to be seen. It depends on how they execute it. I think we got to have this conversation like after January next year. I think it's a little too early
because you got to think like a company like Truth that just came out. They're going to be at the ATA show. People's going to be able to see their bow hands on, see what it looks like, see what it feels like. They might switch from whatever they're shooting to Truth, or they might get, Expedition. They might go somewhere else. You got to let the people in.
Yeah, I mean,
you got to let them in.
They at least got a chance, though, like now, like that it's open to the public. Because, I mean, like, I'm not saying they heard it, but, man, that was like the first 2 episodes, like a New Jack. Like, when us and the chat, like, was like, yo, y'all got an opportunity to do something here, and y'all ain't capitalizing on it at all. Like, literally gave suggestions of what should be done, and it looked like they followed the script to the T.
I mean, even having a 3D shoot, like not 3D shoot, but a shoot, which is wild because the Rushmore Rumble, that was a South Dakota sanctioned shoot. That was right down the street from Sioux Falls, where I live. So it's right down the street. So it's like, which I know how they got it because Bruce, the guy that runs the archery center there, the Easton Center, he's like big in archery, so I'm sure he has some say in getting that event there. But they're doing a big, the Rushmore Rumble, which is a pro-am shoot. they're gonna have I forgot what they're gonna call it, but like the archery extravaganza show or something like that. I mean, the only thing they are not allowing people to do is buy bows. You can't buy bows, but you can buy sights and arrows. Or no, it said no major equipment, which I don't know what
No
that means.
major equipment. I don't know what that means though.
Major equipment will be what bows, sights, release. What do you consider major equipment?
And that's why I was saying like we got to see how they execute because of that part right there. Like what does that even mean? Like major equipment. Like what does that consist of? Are we talking strings? We talking releases, arrows? What's the thing here? Like what are we talking about?
What would you consider a major component of archery? A bow.
I mean,
I
there's
mean,
a
I
lot.
think I just named them, but like I don't
you
know.
got rest. You got
Yeah.
releases, arrows,
Strings,
strings. I mean,
sights.
So
It's
I
pretty
mean,
much
a
all the
lot.
peripherals that you need to make a compound work. Like so,
That's kind of a loaded thing for them to put on there because I'm like, what does that mean?
I mean, I can't speak for them. I just need to see it though. Like, but you know what? The fact that they changed something, they knew they had a problem, and at least they weren't willing to make a change and try and open it up to the public. So we got to see where it goes. Dale, I'm just going back real quick. You can search for it. The website won't come up, but if you put in actual trutharchery.com, it'll come up with all the bows. And then Park Place Outdoors, would that work for me? Absolutely not. He's asking another question. Do all the main parts and innovations come from Darden? I feel like I've seen that said before.
Darden has Darden has over 2,000 patents over with including cams, limbs, risers. They've got like you can get on their website and you can look at all the patents they have. So basically, whatever bow you shoot, whether it's a Hoyt, Bowtech, Matthews, they pay some type of royalty. Yeah, they pay some type of royalty to Darden to use that. Well, like I said, you can get on Darden's website and look. They've got I think it's over 2,000 patents they have. Like it's a crazy amount.
I remember we looked into that one time. It was a very, very large number when we first spoke about that. I can't remember the exact number, but you ain't far off. Like I was surprised. I was like, whoa, I had no idea it was like that. Like cams and all kind of stuff.
Yeah, they got cams. I think they got something to do with the risers. I know they got something to do with the limbs, but I feel like Darden would be a lot ahead of the game now, but I just don't feel like they market like they should. Because I mean, they make a great bow.
Did you ever get that one to check out and shoot it?
Yeah, I got it hanging on I got a Sequel 33 hanging on the wall over there.
Okay.
I got a Bowtech behind me. I got my Prime over here, and hopefully, pretty soon I'll have the new boy on the block. I can't speak to that just yet, though.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
I looked it up. So Darden has over 30 innovative patents for their archery products.
Was it 30? I said 2,000. I don't know where I got that number from. That's why y'all can't.
It's a lot, though. I think it's a lot more than 30. Or at least that they've had. I don't know what they got.
Hold on.
Yes, it says Darden Archery founded in 1950 and headquarters in Hale, Michigan. Markets industry-leading bows, crossbows, and archery accessories, including over 30 innovative patents for archery products.
No, Tyler, I did not. Not yet.
I guess I think I was looking at like the patent numbers, maybe like the.
Yeah, probably. I remember when you looked at something you was telling me, you showed me before. I remember seeing something similar to what you said. It was a lot more higher than 30.
But they've got an actual, like if you go to their website, it's a patents page, and you can go down through there and look at all of them.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah, they got a whole there it is. They got a whole page. Like I said, I was probably looking at one of them patent numbers or something, but I know I looked at it before when somebody else asked me that question.
Well, just in that toxin crossbow, they got, good God Almighty, that's a ton of patents.
So chat though, with ATA being public, just for anybody that don't know, we talking about the Archery Trade Association show. It was industry only for a long time, but now that's open to the public. It's January 9th and 10th up in Indianapolis. Or would y'all? Is that something y'all will be interested in going? Especially if you can get, especially hoping that we can get all the vendors in there because there's only a couple of vendors. Some of the big hitters were missing last year. We talked about it on here before, but
I'm definitely down because it's only about 2 hours and 30 minutes from my house. It's in Indianapolis, so
yeah, it's a quick little flight from here. So
I'm there, man. So we all need to try to make it
that's
next
my
year.
birthday weekend. So if we go, we got to turn it up in Indy.
I mean, like Flynn,
I got some spots.
Me too.
I got a lot of family up there too, man. So
me too. I can find me some trouble to get in up there. Love Indy
because I
don't want to get in no trouble, but
I'm talking about for me.
I got you.
I know the event center that
I got free reign now. I'm back on the street, so I can get out here and have some fun. So I got free reign. Tear it down in Indy.
But that event center that they hosted at, is fairly large. So
yeah, it is.
They can fit a lot of vendors in there, and I think with it being open to the public for the first time in however many years, I think companies gonna come out because now it's worth my money.
Get the word out.
Hey, we got a question from Park Place Outdoors. I think I skipped this. Would Nike copy paste an aluminum Bear Legit style bow that works for everyone, and then a carbon bow like Hoyt for the air style?
Oh, I answered them. I said no for me, but
okay.
I think they would have a bow in every price point. Because they got a shoe in every price point. Why not have a?
Yeah, you're right.
Have a bow in every price point.
And they got gear just about every price point, from like batting gloves to fielding gloves to ball bats to basketballs. They got something for every price point that's out there. So why was they not in the bow world?
I mean, like I told Trey this, I'm pretty sure. You can use the parallel to what happened to them with golf. Like that's another very niche, specialized market, and it didn't go the way that they really wanted it to. But they tried making clubs and all of that good stuff, and eventually they weren't making enough money off of it, and they shut it down. They only kept it active to sponsor Tiger Woods, and even eventually they had to let that go. Like I see the Bose stuff going the exact same way. When you got companies like Callaway and Titleist and going up against them, you can market all you want, but like in those industries, people are in the trenches like that, and they ain't just throwing money at Nike just to do it.
Golf is a bad thing to compare to, because when you look at golf, you got to think of the people like that. Like in archery, you got people at the high end, and you got people at, I would say, the bottom with the budget. There really ain't no, if you in the trenches in golf, you really play golf, it's upper and middle class. Ain't really none too much below. So,
and you think archery is different?
Yes, very different.
Oh, okay.
It's because look at Bear. Bear proves it, right? It proves it that there are people there's a large number of people in that budget category.
They sell golf clubs at Target and Walmart. Plenty of people buy ready to go kits from there and start golfing that way. Have you played before?
Yes, I own a $5,000 pair of Callaway clubs.
Yeah, when I started playing, guess where I got my golf stuff from? Target. Yeah, and then eventually I worked my way up to custom stuff because I was so tall. No, there's a market for it in golf as well. It's about the most direct comparison you can get. But I ain't spending too much more time on that Nike stuff. It's a pipe dream that ain't gonna happen anyway.
Nah, I know no one's saying that it would happen, but if it did, it's not too far fetched. Plus, just come in and don't start from scratch. You come in and you buy a company that's already in existence, and then now you already got that built-in market segment. They come in and buy a PSE. Now you buy
PSE or something like
that. They're there because it's still a PSE company.
A PSE or a Prime, some kind of Elite. I mean, they got the money. They can buy any company they want, really.
They can come in and buy Matthews.
Right.
And then they just bought the market share right then and there. Because I'm sure their marketing budget is bigger than what Matthews' revenue is every year.
Yeah, he said LeBron wearing all camo Nikes in the last podcast, or last episode, Mind the Game podcast.
Yep.
Yeah,
Say, get Bron on.
bruh.
But to get back to the ATA show, man, I think it's gonna be a hit. Like I mean, they're already putting out the marketing for it, just a little bit to test the waters. People seem to be, I've seen a mixed bag. I've seen some people say, this is it. I've seen other people say, and it's too late. Only time will tell. But I feel like as we get closer to the show, you're gonna start seeing them do a big social media push. Definitely get in the influencers there and say, hey, we need you guys here, because without you guys, this shit ain't gonna pop off. So, you're gonna have your Chris B's and all those guys there, which I think they've been there anyways for the last couple of years because they're industry. I think they're obligated by their contract. But I think
don't remember anybody from Matthews being there last year.
I don't think Matthews was there.
He was just there for the Be Real stuff in Ultraview.
Okay.
Yeah, because ain't he like part owner in Ultraview now or something?
I think he did. I think he been for a minute. I think the dude that started is like him. They like homeboys.
Yeah.
So, only time will tell.
Urban Archery NYC said he saw Drewski on the Jennifer Hudson show in Bottom Lane.
Yeah, Drewski always wear camo.
And it should be too tight.
Yeah, he always has them little camo shorts or that camo vest.
Hey, they was tearing him up the other day, though.
That guy from Alabama, like they make a lot of stuff together.
Oh, Roll Tide
Willie.
Yeah, Roll Tide
Willie. Give a piss about nothing but the time.
Yeah.
Hey, Blitz, Bama Blitz.
Hey,
he always do that.
He'll be at the Alabama Expo.
Yeah, that dude's famous now, dog. Super famous.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see Drewski there.
Oh, that'd be dope. But yeah, I was looking at that lineup for that Alabama show, and man, they got some heavy hitters gonna be there. Which I think it's the perfect time of year to do a expo. I mean, I know most people...
I agree with that as well. For those not familiar, what was the dates again, C-Will? They don't know what we talk. Some people might not know what we're speaking on right now.
Oh, the ATA show?
No, the Alabama, the upcoming expo that you sent us in Alabama.
It's I think it was called the Alabama Deer Expo.
Yep. It's the Alabama World Deer Expo. It's July 11th to the 13th
in
Birmingham.
July 11th to Birmingham. OG, he's on here. Del Bernard, he's the one that sent it to me. Asked me was I going. I'd love to get down there, but it looks like it's a lot of vendors there too. A lot of famous, let's see, Hannah Brand, Eddie Salter, Hayden Alabama Podcast, Trent Ellis, Roll Tide Willie's there, Reptile Show, Big Dream Outdoors.
Oh yeah, they're gonna be popping.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of folks there. Let's see.
Which I can tell you now, with Hannah Barron being there, it's gonna bring a whole lot of cats out.
Yeah. Yeah, she's got a lot of followers. So the hunting shows at the big vendor places have been so bad and big. Outdoor Channel people used to go to those. Now there's nobody. ATA would be huge. Yeah, if they open it up to the public, man, I think all the big names will come back, since because it's like I don't know if y'all have ever been to the NWTF in Nashville, but I go about every year. All the big names are down there simply because you got all the vendors there. It's open to the public. The public can see what you're offering. They can test it. They can feel it, see what it feels like. If you're not there, all you're seeing is pictures online. You don't know what you're getting. So I think it's crucial that you open it up to the public for that reason.
Oh, most definitely. And I think the Dark Willie Nelson said all the YouTubers bring their mounts. You know how many people came to see the Seek One mounts last year? That too. You get all the influencers in there with their mounts, they got their gear. I mean, all that, bro, it's gonna bring people in, man. I'm telling you, I'm not surprised. I won't be surprised if the shows sell out.
Yeah, so yeah.
And then
I forgot how many people. Let me see how many people was at the NWTF last year. So it'll probably surpass that, to be honest with you.
Because see, another big thing that I think is dope is they're having that 3D shoot, not 3D shoot, but they're having that the shoot there, the competition.
Yeah, the competition's there.
So that competition, like I went to the one, you know, in Vermilion, not even Vermilion, but Yankton. In the year that I went, bro, I bet you there was every bit of, and that was the first time they ever did it, and it was at least, I say, 4,000 or 5,000 people, you know, there from all over the country. Now you put it at ATA, which is, you know what I'm saying, the Mecca event for archery. Now you're looking at cats really coming in. So you probably looking at, you know, 6,000-7,000 people with just the shoot. And I don't know how many people participated, but let's just say 2,000 shoot. Well, them 2,000 are gonna bring moms, dads, wives, husbands, and all that, kids. They're there for the shoot. If you have to shoot, you're gonna come to the sporting extravaganza, the whatever they can call it. So
82,000 at the NWTF this year. They broke another record.
Good God Almighty!
Yeah,
that's crazy.
So if the NWTF opens it up to the public, I guarantee because it's pretty much was it a Wednesday through Sunday? I think is when it is. They'll easily break 100,000 probably.
Yeah, they're calling it the Archery and Bow Hunting Super Show.
Yeah, that'll easily break 100,000.
Easy. If that, I think that arena can hold that many people.
Yeah, Tuesday through Sunday, because I think the NWTF is like Thursday through Thursday through Saturday. So, yeah, just imagine from that. Yeah, that's that's about to do numbers.
Yep. So, bro, me and Jay talked about this a couple days ago, but so you know how like the deer season ends, like the hunt season ends, so we roll into February, and normally like in the February, beginning of March is when all the expos start.
Mm-hmm.
With Alabama having their event, you know, in July, you think is that prime time for expos, or should events be right after the season?
Well, to me, honestly, I like where they have like the NWTF convention because it's right before turkey season. So if you're new to the sport, just say you're brand new to the sport and you want to get into turkey hunting, there's so many people down there, big names, even just the people that are walking in there that you can get game off of. You can figure out what to do. So most deer hunting that I've seen in the United States starts sometime in September. Some start a little bit earlier. So if you have it in July, that gives time for possibly a new hunter like me this year. I'm gonna be hunting a saddle. It's my first time hunting a saddle. So if I'm hunting a saddle, this would be a good time for me to go talk to other saddle hunters. All right, what are you using? What gear are you using before the season starts? After the season, you might have done something wrong or might have not did something or got a piece of gear that you really needed. After the season is pretty much over. Oh, you should have got this or you should have tried this out. But now you got a lot of people in your ear. You can ask a lot of questions, get what you need. And then after the season, you can build from there.
Yeah. See, I said that like I like the expos being like right after the season, but a lot of times like right after the season, you just had Christmas, you know what I'm saying? So cats already got their money, you know, credit cards and shit maxed out. So people ain't buying as much right after, you know, in the new year.
All right.
you get into the summertime, shit, I got a little money in my pocket, shit, them taxes and hit, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm ready to spend some money. So I think that June, July is
a good time.
like the prime time for expos. But redemption hunting, he said, something to consider. If the archery industry became like the rifle industry with the number of custom shops, that would shake things up. What do you mean the number of custom shops, like making like custom bows and stuff? Or I'm not too much familiar with the rifle industry.
I am. I think what he's trying to say is like if you could like go out to your custom bow or go to a bow shop and get like a customized rifle, tuned to you, fits to you, or whatever, that would like shake things up. I think that's what he's kind of saying. Because there's a lot of manufacturers out there now that you can literally tell them the specs that you want for your rifle, tell them what you're hunting, tell them what brand that you're shooting, and they will specialize that gun around that cartridge or whatever. It's gonna cost you some bread, but it can be done.
I'm gonna get on that, but I got a question here that just came in from Dale Faco 52. He said, "Is the Iowa Deer Classic good, or is it the same as everything else today? The hunting shows in Wisconsin used to be good. All the big people would come there: Lee and Tiff, Lakowski, Waddell, T-Bone, etc. The last time that I went to the Iowa Deer Classic, which was last year, it was pretty dope. Yeah, you didn't have like a lot of big names there. I think Bomar was there, Chris B was there, the Slock Master, I can't think of his name now. Tim Wells. Tim Wells, he was there. That's pretty much it for big names, but there's a lot of smaller and upcoming companies there that, you know, that's making knives, sticks, saddles, a lot of, you know, up and coming camo companies. There's a lot of small companies that Iowa Deer Classic, but I enjoy it. I love it. But it's a great place to just meet people from the outdoors, meet a lot of smaller guys, up and coming, see their content. And it's a great place if you want to go on a guided hunt. You know, they got guys from Africa, from Colorado, Wisconsin, not Wisconsin, but Wyoming, Montana. I mean, a ton of hunts, you know, and they got really good show deals. So I would say for me, I love the Iowa Deer Classic. It's always great, but you don't. There's not as many big names at the Iowa Deer Classic as you go to like some of the shows. I know a lot of the guys, they wait to go to the Great American Outdoor Expo, in Harrisburg, and that's like, I think this is like over like 2,000 vendors there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and
something crazy.
I think last year was like 40,000 people. So, I mean, but to go back to what you're saying, yes, I think it would shake the archery game up if they start doing custom bows to fit the archer. But then where does the archery shop fit in? Are the archery shops taking these dimensions, or are you going straight to the manufacturer and getting it done?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure exactly if he's that's what he's saying. I'm thinking that's what he's saying though. But going back to the Iowa Deer Classic, I've never been personally, but I like going to those shows simply to see, you know, the big names are going to make their money at all these shows. I like to go to the corners and find all the little guys that are, you know, been in the game like 1 or 2 years, 5 years at the most, just to see what they offer, see how they got started, you know, pass my card out to them because, you know, we're new to this, you know, eventually I want to have a booth set up somewhere, you know, and I want people to come by and see what I'm selling or whatever, you know, so I don't want people to just pass on by me and be like, oh, he's a little guy, I don't want to talk to him. So I'm making a point when I go to some of these shows to talk to some of the little guys and get their cards to see how they're, you know, how they're making their stuff and when they started, because eventually you know, they could blow up, and you could be one of the reasons why. I was like, hey man, I remember you stopping at the show 10 years ago. I was thinking about quitting, but you know, you gave me a good speech about how I need to keep going, and that might have kept their business afloat. So,
oh yeah, okay, I get you. Yeah, that's what I do. like I got a strategy when I go to these shows. Like the first day, I'm just mingling. I keep the wallet in the car. I'm just mingling, shaking hands, kissing babies, meeting people. The second day is when I go to buy stuff. But that first day, man, I'll spend all day there just talking to people. I'll talk to one guy for, 45 minutes to an hour, knowing that he trying to sell some shit, but I'm just sitting there, chatting it up with them. And
Right.
but I'm like you, I'd go and just, sit and talk. I mean, how you get started, man? Tell me how, what's the process of, if a guy's making, knives, man, what's your process of making knives, man? Like run me through the thing. I'm basically doing like a show without even recording anything. I'm just, chatting it up. And a lot of times I go there just to get, business cards and to get people for the show. Cause a lot of guys want to tell their story.
Right. Yep. That's why I like doing it, man. That's kind of part of my strategy too.
See,
I usually give my wife my wallet just so I don't spend no money.
See, TJ said, "Congrats on getting that elk tag, man. How's your training going, and what are you doing to prep?" So I got a pack. Was it the Pack Out Strong? So I've been walking with that. Going to the gym. I'm trying to lay off the weights as heavy. I'm just doing like high reps, low weight, because I tend to like my body. If I lift heavy weight, I bulk up. Just slave genes. So I just bulk up. So what you call it? I try to stick to high reps, low weight. Try to slim down, ton of cardio. And it hurts me, but putting the sweets down, I'm a sweets man, love sweets.
But it's slave cheese.
But what you call it? I have to keep sweets out the house because if it's there, like I'll eat it. So I just gotta stick to my diet. That's my biggest downfall is my diet. If I can stick to a strict diet that's not super strict, but saying that low carbs, no sugar, cut out the sodas, I'll be all right. See, and then Del Feco said, "What bow are you using for your elk hunt?" That Matthews V3. That Matthews V3. That baby.
That new Genesis.
No, I got the V3. Actually, man, check this out. I've picked up a bad habit. So I've been buying bows like nobody's business. I think, like I said, I've bought 5 bows in the last 2 months. I got but it's nothing like it's like no new bows. I just like bows that have character, that shoot well. So I bought a New Breed blade, which New Breed is a company that they popped up in I think 2012, and then they closed the doors and I want to say 2018, 2019. They made a good bow, they just couldn't compete. They were like a little too it was early in the game. Like social media wasn't big for the outdoor industry at that time. So they kind of went out. But the bow's great. I bought a PSE drive. I got the Bear Anarchy, a PSE Phenom. What else did I get? I can't remember the other two. But yeah, they all nice bows.
If any of you guys in the chat are into like the sneaker game, everything that he just mentioned are considered bricks.
Shit. Nah, bro. I just I want to know about companies that like that popped up and disappeared. Like why they disappear. Like I'm shooting this bow. It is a good bow. It was priced. Look, you can go back online and look. It was priced right there in that middle price point. Like this bow is better than some flagship bows that are out there in the market now. And then you go back and you read about it. Like say New Breed.
That blade was. They said that bow was. I never tested when they said that bow was cold.
Yeah, bro. You go read like on Archery Talk, and you go read all these different forums. dude, there are guys that are like, yo, they were ahead of their time. They were way ahead of their time, and they just didn't have the marketing power, the budget.
Yeah.
So he said, "How do I get parts that are discontinued?" So after digging on Archery Talk, I actually found a guy who inherited all the parts for the for New Breed. So he has all the he has cams, mods, cable rails, all. He has every. He goes, any part you need, I got it. So he has a whole warehouse full of New Breed parts. Why he's sitting on these parts, I don't know. But apparently, like I chatted with him for a little bit through email, and he said, people come to him all the time because there's still a small segment of the people out there still holding on to their New Breed boat because they love it so much. So I think he sells a set of cams for like $125, and you can get your mods for $25 a piece. So it's like, why not? Oh,
so what kind of broadheads? I think Dale asked what kind of broadheads you shoot.
Oh, so broadheads. I will be shooting the Sever Titanium 2.0s. Actually, I'm going back and forth. Either it's going to be the Severs or I'll be shooting the QAD Exodus. But then again, I don't know. I got these bad boys and I haven't even shot yet. I've been sitting on these for about 2 years. The Iron Will. So I might pop out the Iron Will. I don't know yet. I'm still in the testing phase.
I think they were having big sales on the flagship Athens bows for $500. They had the tuning features. If they shot great, I could get myself to do it because they were forced to go out of business. Yeah, Athens went out of business. I think March of 2024.
Yep, that was a bad deal.
Yeah, I suppose they didn't have the financial resources to
fight Bowtech. Yep. Actually, I had Tracy and Jim on the podcast, and this was in 2023. And we had, we were talking back and forth, and they came on the podcast, and it was a great show. And then, like the day that I got an email, I was like, "Holy smokes!" So I hit him up, and it was like, "Yeah, man. Anyway, we closing the doors up." And at the time, I didn't know why. Then I started combing the internet, and then you start seeing all stuff with Bowtech and all that stuff. And me, I'm trying to get the story. And just so happened that year, I'm at the Oklahoma Tech, and I run into actually my brother runs into the marketing director for Bowtech. And that was so we got to talking, and the conversation getting good. And I slid that thing. Hey man, what happened with Athens Archery? And hey, I'm talking about the look on his face. Just you can't talk about that.
Can't talk about that.
Can't talk about that. I was like, hey, I was trying to get the story, man. Trying to get the story.
Yeah, my homeboy still shoots at Athens. I mean, he bought one years ago. I think he bought it in either 23 or 22. We got a Amish cat down the road called Trophy Ridge Outfitters, and he sold Athens Elite. I think he sells Dart now, but he bought that bow for pretty reasonable price, and he loves it. And he's like, man, I wish I could find another one. He's still shooting it,
bro. I see there's a whole Facebook group there's a whole group on Facebook that's dedicated to like Athens shooters, and bro, there's people all over the country that are that
still shooting those bows,
shooting the bows. Hey, hitting people up. Hey man, I need new limbs. I need new cams. I need new mods. I need this. I need that. And there's still shops around the country that still have all the parts. But as far as like contacting them, nah, I'm sure that there's somebody that used to work there that might have some stuff. If they anything like me that hoard company materials at home. Somebody got something, but for the most part, it's just a community of people who still are in love with Athens, and they're still trying to keep them alive. But I see guys online all the time, and they like Dale said, they selling bows for $500, flagship bows, and that bow was normally like $1,600, $1,700, $500. you can't beat it. It's just, you know what I'm saying, getting the parts for it is going to be difficult, which I'm sure if you found someone that's like I guess like a machinist that could like make you some.
They
But
probably could. Some of the machinists are good, man.
yeah, off the record, like, hey man, I ain't trying to sell. I just need this for this boat. Look at this and redesign it.
Yeah. I'm sure somebody upstate New York somewhere still selling, has got some Athens they holding on to for that reason. And the boat shop in the back, like, hey, yeah, I got some in the back. Come on.
Yeah. Now, what I'm surprised that hasn't become like a piece of the market that no one's explored, like making aftermarket parts.
I'm sure there are. Because, I mean, them 3D printers, man, I've seen them 3D printers just print up pretty much anything. So I'm sure there's somebody out there that you can take a cam off a bow, put it in that printer and make that thing. I mean, I wouldn't do it. I'm not saying do that, but you know what I'm saying? Like, there's aftermarket stuff and they're selling them on eBay for, super cheap, making all kind of money, and then you putting that thing on your bow and it ain't gonna be good. But I'm sure there's people out there trying that.
Could you imagine putting some 3D printed cams on your bow?
Hey, man.
That shit finna shatter.
Hey.
Unless they can 3D print with aluminum.
I'm sure you can 3D print with whatever you want. I think there's like some kind of printer out there now, man. I'm sure with technology, you can put pretty much anything. You put magnesium in that thing and it'll print. I don't know.
I'm gonna look that up. Can you 3D print aluminum? Yes. Aluminum can be 3D printed using direct metal lasers sintering technology, DMLS.
See,
technology. They'd made a whole a gasket for a car
out of aluminum. That'd be dope.
I think that was it. That's a gasket right there, ain't it? A piston.
That's a piston.
Piston head, yeah.
And man, that's dope.
So
blow some pistons up and take it in the house and 3D print that junk and put it back in your engine. Technology, man, I'm telling you, it's come a long way.
A whole 3D printed bow. Man, you have to pay somebody to shoot it. Well, I guess you can put it in a hooter shooter.
Yeah.
And get behind some glass. Hey, anybody in the chat, who would shoot a 3D printed bow made of aluminum? Not me. Give me one of them Tesla robots. Hey man, go over there and shoot this. I'm gonna go in the house and look out the window.
I'll shoot it. Just give me a like a catcher's helmet or something.
Yeah, until a piece go in your neck.
I'll just shoot it like that.
Shit, Dale said he tried. Hey, bro, think about it. You just make your 3D printed bow and advertise that, hey, on this date at 5 o'clock, I'm shooting the first ever 3D printed bow, all 3D printed, everything. Bro, you go live, you're going to have the whole industry watching.
Yep. Watching you pull that bow back. Half
of them are watching to see if it actually worked. The other half are looking to see if you're going to die.
What if it works, though? How much you think it would cost to print a 3D printed bow out of aluminum?
Ooh, see.
And if it works,
man, I don't know. I don't know much about 3D printing, so I don't know how much the materials cost. I don't know how much material you would actually need to print a bow. I do know this though, like I got a homeboy he was 3D printing Iron Man helmet, and dude, it was taking him like 18 hours just to print like one of the face plates. So I think it wouldn't be efficient enough to.
Yeah, but what size? I'm sure that you can get like a bigger 3D printer, like industrial size, and print like 2 at one time. Because think about that, bro. If you could 3D print a bow, you could go somewhere and tell somebody, all right, this is the specs I want. I wanted 34 ATA. I wanted these cams, this riser. Print this thing out for me. $200, $300.
If it worked,
If it worked,
I don't. If you could get an industrial 3D printer and it could print out, say, five bows a day, you probably got something. But
Dustin Hunting said machines are printing bow parts now. There's no difference.
Well, you know what? Let's XO Chat GPT. Let's see. See how long
The industry would find a way to shut that down. Yeah, you probably right. Because they would be losing a lot of money if that bow is. And there'd be a lot of fakes out there, I feel like. You know what I'm saying? Like, think of how many Lift X's would be out there that are 3D printed, but they're selling them as genuine Matthews bows, but they're really 3D printed.
You'd be able to tell. Or I guess once you paint it, you wouldn't be able to tell.
If you paint it, you wouldn't be able to tell. Till you shot it and it blew up in your hands, maybe. Hey, yeah, Tyler said it'd be like those ghost guns, but ghost bows, I guess.
It says a fully functional bow can't be entirely 3D printed using typical consumer grade plastic printers. No, I want aluminum.
I want an aluminum printer. Because how crazy would that be? Be on Gangland. This episode of Gangland, Ghost Bows. Yeah, that would be crazy.
Okay, let's see what ChatGPT says. Printing a compound bow from aluminum is not only technically challenging, but also cost and time incentive due to the material and process involved. Here's a breakdown of what it would take. It says technical feasibility. You can't use a typical desktop 3D printer for aluminum. You need a metal 3D printer that uses a process like direct metal laser sintering, DMLSL, which is what I said, selective laser melting. Compound bows must handle high stress and flex force. Any printed aluminum would require post-processing, heat treatment, stress relief, and possibly CNN finishing to ensure strength and safety. Time, it says design time would be 10 to 40 hours and printing time would be 40 to 80 hours.
Ooh.
And then it said if you're using an industrial metal 3D printer through a service like ProLab or Xmentry or Universal Labs, just a riser would cost $2,000 to $6,000. Cams, limbs, pockets, and other components would add another $1,000 to $3,000. If you own a DMLS machine, which costs $250K. So yeah, you're looking at just to print a bow will be like about $10,000.
Yeah. I don't know about that then. Nah.
So what you call it? Redemption said, "Oh, never mind." Yeah. So the process would not be feasible, but I mean, if you made if you made one of one, and it worked, how many people would be willing to buy it? Like this is that one.
I don't know, man.
Because I've gotten into like these like baseball cards and all this shit, and there's like these companies that they make like one of one cards, And then once it's gone, and then they'll design another card. If you did it like that, like, hey, I'm making this bow, you make it dope looking.
Like a one, yeah, like a yeah.
A one of one, you auction it off. You might make some bread because it's in any archery collector is gonna want that bow. And then all you gotta do is like go to different companies like Matthews. Says, hey, I want a 3D print a Matthew inspired bow, but I want to put my spin on it. Get their green light, make it. Team up with Matthews, auction it off, and have them proceeds go to some organization.
Yeah, kind of like those what are them bows? I'm drawing a blank right now.
See, Nimrod says, I say most bows be magnesium on high-end carbon bows are done. I don't make one of one money and don't have one of one time.
like those recurve bows when they make, they'll make them out of bamboo wood or something. It'd be like a one of one, and then they auction it off for $20,000, and it goes to Hunters for the Hungry or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It'd be like the same thing, pretty much.
Man, it would be dope. It's a pipe dream though. It's like out there and kill themselves with a 3D printed aluminum bow.
Dale Faccio said John Dudley did a podcast. He said when he worked for Matthews in the late 90s, they had bows designed a decade before they were released. If that's true, the lift was designed a long time ago, if that's true.
Yeah. I mean, I can just tell you this. In the industry that I work in, we have like products that are out now, we had 10 to 15 years ago. They literally just sit in the cut, waiting for the right time, waiting for the right market and all that, like waiting for the market to get to the right situation to launch it.
Well, I kind of guess it's kind of like the music industry. Like you sign an artist, and then that artist might not produce an album for like 5 years.
And you shelf them. You waited for the right time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
that makes sense.
Yeah, because like these guys in research and development, that's all they do. That's their job, research and to develop. So they come into work, all they're doing is looking for the next best thing, man. Nimrod said in 2 to 5 years, high-end bows will be magnesium. It's better for weight and easier to work with than carbon bows. Yeah, I mean, look at the new Truth Archery. They came out with 3 magnesium bows.
Yeah.
And if you can recall, if you guys listen to the Dreaded Archer podcast, I want to say in 2003, I had a show and I was talking about like where do we go next with bow technology? Like we've already closed the gap so much. What's the next thing? Where we're going? The guy had on the show and I can't remember who it is, and I'm sorry, but he said it's going to come into materials of the bow. Oh, it was Skip. Skip from Gearhead Archery.
Gearhead.
Yep, he said it's going to be the material that we make bows out of. And he mentioned carbon, but he did mention, he's like, maybe he goes, right now there's a company that's working with magnesium, and that's pretty much all he said about it. And now fast forward 2 years, and now we got 2 magnesium bows on the market. Critiker said you only get one shot to drop, and timing is the key always. Stay ready, ain't got to get ready. That's true. Is Truth going? Dale said, "Is Truth going to be crazy price though, like the Hoyt carbon stuff?" No, their highest bow is $1,600, $1,699.
Yeah, that's a magnesium.
And Nimrod said, "Pigman owns Truth, and Kevin Struthers is the engineer, but I say Bowtech will sue them for K-set tuning system." Boy, Bowtech be on the Bowtech be on the proud, don't they?
They might do it, but I don't know. I'd say, man, you gotta, if you're gonna come out with something like that, though, I mean, you gotta do your due diligence and holler at somebody at Bowtech, like, hey, we're about to release this bow. I'm sure they done paid some type of royalty or something for them to use that. That's I don't know. I don't know how this goes, but
Nimrod said, I say Truth Archery will be the next Athens Archery. But how though? Because I feel like
I don't know,
there's
man.
gotta be checks and balances with this shit, don't it?
It's got to be. I'm sure they did their due diligence and crossed all the T's and dotted all the I's before they said, "Hey, we're coming out with this company." I'm sure they didn't cut no corners. They spoke to who they needed to speak to about what they were about to put on this bow, instead of, "Hey, here's a cease and desist." 3 months later after this bow comes out, I'm pretty sure Kevin Struthers and Pigment, they did their due diligence. They did what they needed to do before they released this bow.
Yep. Redemption said, I missed it. Who drew an L tag and where? Congrats. I drew an L tag, Colorado, unit 62. I think so, yeah, 62. And Dale said, that's what makes Matthew so crazy. They actually found a system that's different than Bowtech's tuning.
Which is crazy because it's pretty much the same, almost the same thing. But it's different.
So, okay, so like, even though I've been doing this a couple years now, I'm still, what makes Bowtech, because I haven't shot a Bowtech, so what makes Bowtech's tuning so unique?
So I own a Bowtech now. So their tuning system, they've got, so on your cams, they've got like a comfort setting and then they've got a speed setting. And when I first shot that bow, I had it on the speed setting and it felt pretty decent. Pull, smooth draw, kind of felt like you were shooting an elite bow. If anybody's ever shot it on like an elite bow, had that like real smooth draw cycle, but I think it's 4 to 6 feet per second faster than when you put it on the comfort.
Yeah.
Now, when you flip those cams over to that comfort setting, dude, it's like that 70 pounds that I was pulling felt like I was pulling back 40 pounds, and it was insane. So it's like that binary cam system they got, dude. It's like I can't explain. Like you got to shoot one because it's like you got two like perfectly symmetrical, your cams or whatever. But they said like that flat line, like the knock or whatever, that travel, it felt great on my shoulder, and I've got shoulder problems on. So when I flipped that cam over, man, it was lights out. But if you want a little faster speed, flip that cam back over to the speed setting. There you go. But everyone I know that's got the new, like the Proven 34s or any of the newer bows that just came out, they keep them on the comfort settings. I mean, you can shoot them bows all day long.
Yeah.
It's like, and you can like macro and micro adjust everything. Like you don't need a bow press or anything like that. Only thing you need a bow press for is to put your peep sight in.
Yeah. See, I hear people talk about it all the time, and they're like, man, like whenever I'm talking to people in the industry about like, the technology behind it, they like Bowtech got to figure it out. Nimrod said, I talked to the Bowtech rep at the West Virginia Tech. They said they have truth bows coming to the factory, and if it infringes on Bowtech's patent, they will sue.
Ooh. Well.
Damn. Well,
He said, I think you can tune it with just an Allen wrench. Yeah, you can. But my best friend Holden, he is a big Bowtech guy now, and he absolutely loves those bows for that reason. And like I said, I shot one and I own one. I like trying out new stuff. And now, like Trey said, like when the technology is so good, like the technology is there when you start nitpicking what's on the bow. Like it doesn't come in the color I want, or it's not dead enough in the hands. Like when you're starting nitpicking little stuff like that, technology is like there.
yeah,
like,
dude, I've said before, everybody's closed the gap. Like you look at like say a bow from 1985 All right, say 1985. The technology jump between 1985 to say a Boeing 95. That was a big leap. Then you go from 95 to say 2005. That was a big leap. 05 to 15, kind of a minuscule leap. 15 to 20, there was that they closed the gap. So every year they're launching bows. We're not having these huge technological leaps. It's everything's just like it's fraction. It's just
Yep.
small.
Very minimum.
Yep. Nimrod said Bowtech tuning is top notch and everything is micro and macro adjustments. Dale said, he already read that. Nimrod said, believe me, guys, I'm in the industry sometimes. It's cutthroat, a lot of suing going around all the time. Bro, I know. Hey, in the industry that I'm in, it's a sue happy, but companies is waiting. We have a whole floor at our corporate office dedicated to attorneys, hoping somebody mess up. So you can send that paperwork.
Send that paperwork over. Well, they'll send you a cease and desist first, right? Usually that's the first step.
Man, check this out. We had there was a cat in New York City. He was making some shoes, custom making shoes that looked like some of our packaging. Not only did he get something from us, he got something from Nike as well.
Ooh.
And he ain't making shoes no more.
so.
He ain't making shoes no more, man. Nimrod said a lot of companies are owned by one company. They sue, rebrand, and sell out to China or another brand will look at the outdoor group. You might want to rewrite that. It says a lot of companies are owned by one companies. They sue, rebrand, and sell out to China or another company brand. Look at the outdoor group. Peace out, Redemption. I'll hit you up in the inbox.
I'll let you, man. Appreciate you.
But yeah, I mean that's what happens, man. Like companies will try to get something under the radar. They'll get sued, and either they can fight it, or I think sometimes companies intentionally know that they are doing some shady shit.
Well, my thing is though, like if you know, like, because I know it costs a lot of money to get in this game. So let's say like a Truth Archery is getting, they're getting in the game. They know they're about to release this bow. Why spend all this money creating this bow, putting it on the market if you know something on that bow is from another company and you haven't spoke to somebody from that company and said, hey, is it cool that we put this on your bow? How much is it going to cost for us to patent this from you all or whatever? So they're just putting it out, you getting sued, now all that money's gone. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me.
Because it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission.
Yeah, like you said, until you get that letter in the mail.
Yeah, but it's like this. We're a small guy, which like this archery is a small industry, so it's really hard to you to skate under the radar. But let's say like in another industry, for example, let's say shoes.
Right.
If I started making Nike knockoffs in my garage, the chances of Nike finding out about it is slim to none because I'm small. The minute I blow up, now I'll get a cease and desist. I got to close up shop. But in the meantime, in between time, I'd have made how much money?
Right. I get that aspect of it too, but I mean that's a lot of money just to be, making that bow, getting everything right, and then somebody come in, hey, we're suing you, stop making that bow.
I'll say Target Reference Point said, love the show. I find the insight from across the country interesting. Also, I get to cook dinner while listening tonight. Is moose backstrap, asparagus, kale, and sweet potato fried bread. Hey, bro, go send me a plate. Go make me a plate.
Yeah, facts. Big facts. But we appreciate you listening in, man.
Oh, for sure.
We've been off here for a little bit, but we're gonna get back to it.
Dale said, for the Bowtech fan here, what is the gimmick that they have now with the sight mounting on the on the shelf side of the riser. I don't know. I haven't seen that.
What does it say?
He said for the Bowtech fans out here, what is the gimmick that they have now with the sight mounting on the shelf side of the riser?
Oh, that's the hold on. Let me there's a name for it. I know there's a name thing. Holden was talking about that the other day, I do believe, on that new Virtue that just came out. I can't think of what he called that thing. What was the name for it though?
And see, Nimrod said, I just got a call by a company and they threatened to sue me, and I laughed at them. Which companies would post their patents on their website? Everyone hides their inventions and patents. If you ask or tell another company what you're doing, they will beat you there and steal your idea.
Yeah, I can see that too.
Yeah. Which sucks, but like, damn, you kind of want to.
You got. I mean, you got to keep it to yourself. But if you keep it to yourself, and then I mean, I see it. But I mean, I can see it both ways.
But like, aren't patents public record?
I don't. I mean, they should be. Yeah, they have to be. Yeah.
So if the public record, I just pull those patents and look. Man, do our shit look like this? Does it function like this? Because I think a patent is like what look and function.
Yeah.
See, Dale said.
I think to speak to Dale's question or whoever it was. I think it's called the center mass technology. It's optimized to move the mass weight farther to the center of the bow to optimize balance. Additionally, it provides increased rigidly with double mounting screws and increased sight ring visibility, if that's what he's talking about. I'm pretty sure that's what he's talking about. And then what I was talking about earlier with the like the cams, it's called flip disc. You can flip it to one side and it's comfort, like the comfort setting. Then you flip it to the other side, it's your speed setting. It's called flip disc. It's a rotating flip disc mod, is what it's called. And it's like I said, it's super dope.
All
right.
Bowtech
they've got it, they've got it figured out. They really do.
And then what you call it, Dale said, because didn't they have like a bridge lock system for a little bit? Yeah, they still got. Yeah, Matthews got the bridge lock. They still that's Matthews thing. And then
Matthews got the bridge lock, and it's the bridge lock accessories. I don't know if y'all have seen them, but if you buy a lift X or something with bridge lock technology, and you want to stick with that bridge lock stuff, make sure you've got an extra couple thousand sitting in your bank account to buy, because it's ridiculous how much that stuff costs.
Exactly.
Like, it's crazy.
And then Arrow Shooter said, kid on Facebook made some limb legs that fit Hoyt's. Made it about 2 months, and Matthews gave him a cease and desist order.
Yeah. There was a guy on somewhere on, I think I've seen Facebook. He was posting on one of them sites. He was making limb legs for, I can't remember if it was the Darton or the Hoyt or something. And somebody actually tagged Hoyt and Darton in the post, hating. And that dude, he jumped up out of there pretty fast. But
oh yeah, I mean, you get that letter in the mail, boy. That cease and desist. If you a small guy, go ahead and, man, hey, I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna sit down. See, Critter Getter said the patents they are public record, but you have to pull them and you have to look at all the fine print. And then Target Reference Point said, how often does a bow patent run out?
20 years.
There have been a few great bows that could have been brought back. Oh yeah.
I think it's 20 years from the date of the, like, my buddy explained this to me the other day because he put in a patent for something. I think it's like 20 years from the time that you put in that, like the application for it. So I think it's 20 years. And then once you get approved, I'm pretty sure it's like 20 years. You might want to double check me on that though.
But can they do a thing like Disney does? so like Disney they'll have their like the Disney vault, right? And they'll be like, oh,
Yeah.
this movie is going in a Disney vault. So boom, they lock it up. Say Snow White, boom, they lock that Joker up. Then like right before it goes to public domain, they back out the vault for the next 3 months. We're selling Snow White VHSs or Snow White remastered. Well, when they put it back out, don't that renew the patent? So it can't not patent, but that renews the copyright, which I don't know if patents and copyrights work the same, but like they just renew it and then it starts over again.
I'm not sure. Disney's they got more money than I know to do this. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure a patent is that lasts 20 years. I'm pretty sure. Actually, let me look it up. I'm pretty sure I'm right though.
Nimrod said, I believe all bows should have Pickaninny mounts on the site and rest. It's just simple and works. I've never used anything with a Pickaninny railing system.
Yeah. So in the United States, a patent on a bow will typically last for 20 years from the date of the earliest non-provisional applications, and maintenance fees must be paid to keep the patent active. So
yeah, that's what Nimrod said. He said patents are 15 to 20 years unless they are not paid yearly. Dale says Eagle bows could come back, and Krieger says concept, but definitely getting into the depth of the issue. And Dale says, what do you guys think of Bodie Turner signing with Matthews? Hey man, when you the big dog, you got to roll with the big dogs.
They gave him a bag. I know that because I don't care what you give Bodie Turner. You could give him a freaking stick in the string and a freaking corn stalk. He'd go out there and win Vegas. Like that, that dude it's crazy, man. His mental game is it's on point, man.
Yeah.
Like he'll go down as one of the greatest archers ever.
I mean, what is the criteria to be the GOAT of archery?
Man, I think longevity is one of them. But I mean, he's already got one of the big things out of the way. He's already won Vegas, right? So
yeah, he won Vegas at 15.
At 15. So I don't know. I guess his longevity and just keeping it up. Because I mean, Levi's won I don't know how many ASA shoots or whatever. But I don't think has Levi ever won Vegas? I don't think Levi's ever won Vegas, has he?
I don't think he's ever shot at Vegas.
Has he never shot at Vegas?
But don't get me lying though.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Oh no, he shot at Vegas.
He did shoot at Vegas.
Yep.
But I don't think he's won Vegas though.
Not that I know of.
Yeah, and this dude shot Vegas 15 and won it. So I don't know. It means, like now, I mean, it's hard to say, some people say LeBron's the GOAT, some people say Jordan's the GOAT. LeBron's played longer. So some people say that doesn't balance out to him being the greatest because Jordan didn't play as long. Jordan's got 6 rings, LeBron's 4. And I feel like that's a loaded question too. So, but I feel like if he's winning stuff like this now, won Vegas at 15, and he's still at the top of his game when he's 30, like
I mean, Levi Morgan has won 5 IBO World Championships.
There you
go. Amongst other titles, making him the most decorated archer of this century.
And Bodie's only what? How old is he now? 17?
I think he's 18.
18. So, yeah. So if he stays in the game as long as Levi does and wins some of them IBOs and stays on top of the podium and ASAs, I mean, that's a prodigy right there that we're watching.
Yeah. Yeah. It just we shall see, but I cannot find any like a stat sheet. That's what we need. We need like archer baseball cards. Archer cards. It's got like
archer cards.
Stats on it.
No, I don't think nobody knows the number, Dale, of what he got paid. I think most of that stuff's pretty hush hush.
I think as long as these archery companies stay private, they'll never have to release those numbers. But once they go public, that's when they got to start putting those numbers out there.
Yeah, you find a Matthews rep somewhere in a bow shop somewhere. You ever catch him? I'm sure he'll know the number, but even he might not know. Or can't say or can't speak on. He might say, "Hey, I can't speak on that." So
Zulu said that Bodie doesn't shoot ASA.
Bodie doesn't shoot ASA. Okay, I could have swore I seen him shoot ASA the other day on TikTok, but
that's just what Zulu said. That's what Chris said.
Chris probably right. I could have swore I seen him shooting ASA though.
Levi Morgan said, I wonder how Levi Morgan got his dollar amount out there. I don't know Levi Morgan dollar amount. I was giving it was a hypothetical. I don't know if you make $1 million a year. Zulu said, nope, small stuff, not much. So he's going around winning small competition.
Gotcha. Yeah, I could have swore I seen him shooting ASA the other day, but I guess not. If he gets into that, though, I'm sure he'll probably get into it eventually.
See, that's gonna be the topic for the next show. The criteria to be considered the GOAT of archery.
That'd be a good show.
Because I feel you got to have a couple, archers of the years under your belt. I think Levi got like 17 or 18 of those.
He's got a lot. He's got a lot. How many's what's your big boy? What's his name? Tim Gilligan? He got any?
I don't even know who that is, so don't give me line.
He was with Bowtech last year. I think he's with Matthews now. He shoots a lot of ASA too. But
Dale said there's stuff out there that says Levi gets $1 million for 10 years when he signed back from Elite.
Whew.
$1 million for 10 years.
Zulu said his dad is wild. Yeah, I've heard that from about Bodie. His dad.
Would you sign that contract $1 million for 10 years?
To shoot a bow? Absolutely. Absolutely.
Critter said Fred Barrett is in that conversation forever.
Is it $1 million for 10 years, or is it you get $1 million every year for 10 years?
He gets $1 million for 10 years.
Yeah, I'd still take it. I mean, you're shooting a bow.
Well, that's $100K a year.
Bro, he's got to be making more money than that.
That's just for Matthews. That ain't anybody else.
That's what I'm saying though. Matthews got to be paying that man more than that. I mean, 100K is a lot. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, 100K is a lot.
But I don't know. That seems too low to me for him.
I don't know. No, he gets $1 million a year. Oh, he gets $1 million a year, so it's a $10 million contract.
Yeah, okay. That seems okay.
Yeah, I'm signing that all day.
Yeah, absolutely. You get $1 million for 10 years. Yeah, absolutely. I'm signing it. Even for 100K a year, I'm signing that.
Yeah. So $1 million a year. Yeah. So 10 million in total. Oh yeah. Yep. I'm good, and I'm moving to a state like South Dakota, Texas, or whoever got no income tax. That's where I'm going. No state income tax.
No state income tax.
If you live in California, they finna eat your ass up. Taxes.
Yeah. Where's he? He's from like Pennsylvania or somewhere, isn't he?
I think so.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm with you. I'm moving somewhere ain't got no income tax.
Dale said Iowa. He's from Iowa.
He's from Iowa.
Iowa, they bust. I worked in Iowa for a little bit, and they bust me on taxes. Cricketer said Texas, no capital gain tax.
Everyone flocks to live in Iowa because of the deer. Oh, okay, yeah.
Kurt ushered is no trading for eggs or chicken wings.
What? I think he's trying to talk crap, but he can't type.
Court ushered is no.
See, he's trying to talk, but he can't type.
There's no.
He said,
He said court.
he's talking to me.
Oh, court. There's no trading for eggs or chicken wings.
Yeah, I'm trading for whatever, dog. In whatever state I'm in. I'll show you how to do it.
Man. But man, it's been a great show, man. Chat. I really appreciate y'all, you know what I'm saying, tuning in. We came back, you know, New Jack Artists. We will be getting back on a regular schedule, man, and getting more content out there, man, having more conversations like this, and just sitting here talking our shit, man. So before we got out of here, man, Courtney, you got any last words for the folks?
Last words, man. Make sure you get y'all's bows started in before the season. Don't wait till the last minute. Get out there and practice. If y'all got any questions, just ask me, Jay, Trey, whatever y'all got. Just keep doing what y'all doing, man. I appreciate y'all hopping on with us. Like Trey said, we'll get on a regular schedule here for too long. Back to every Monday, so y'all can tune in, and we're gonna try to have some more guests on. We're gonna try to do some giveaways. Gonna try to do some big things here in 2025. So y'all stay tuned.
Oh, for sure. And I'm gonna tag along with Courtney. Get your bow in the shop early. Don't wait until the last minute, because these pro shop owners, man, they hate that shit, man. Guys rushing in, want they bow tuned, but they going on a hunt the next day. I mean,
Right.
So yeah, so get your bow in early, man. Practice, get out there, shoot straight, and have fun. And with all that being said, this has been another episode of the New Jack Archer podcast, and we are out.